My story?
No, not your story, a story. Since you can't keep your mouth shut long enough for me to read my paper, tell me a story.
I don't think I know any stories.
You don't know any stories?
No.
All right, I'll tell you a story. This is a newspaper, right? It's 90% bullshit, but it's entertaining. That's why I read it, because it entertains me. You won't let me read it, so you entertain me with your bullshit. Tell me a story right now. Go. Wait.
What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I am always your host, Edwin. Where the wall fights start.
Round one.
Let's go. Listen, we had a pretty decent fight weekend, and the White House had a UFC card. UFC? Did you just say UFC on a boxing channel? Yo, it's combat sports. We can talk about that. I am a big supporter of all combat sports, and UFC is one of the biggest martial art combat sports platforms that we have right now. And they kicked off an amazing card at the White House. Shout out to Donald Trump, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, pick sides or that if you like him as a president, just as a man, just as an individual, you were able to pull that off. I don't know where your political things stand or racial, what he said. And a lot of people were turned off with him in a photo with Terrence Crawford. But as a man, as just a person, were you ever able to pull something like that off in your life? Pull together your community, pull something together for something, just do something. So as an individual, that right there was a spectacle, and I couldn't help but notice it. We'll talk about all that. We'll talk about this in particular video, and you see my thumbnail. Bam Bam Rodriguez goes out there and stops Vargas. Or does he? We're going to talk about that. Where does he go from here? Naoya inoue? I don't think so. I think there's a better route to Naoya inoue, but you better get there fast because the man he might move up again. 126, we don't know. So, fight fans, thank you for tuning in. And please, hit that like button. We're going to hop right in this video and we're going to talk all this boxing stuff. Let's get it popping. Let's go. What up, Rip? From Australia? What it do? Welcome. What's up, Frontline? I see you in the chat, man. Well, look, it seems like everybody woke up Monday morning with a hangover or something. Not even boxing scenes got their fighting stuff updated. I heard they sold it to somebody else. We'll talk about that. I'll look more into that, but it is not updated that Jesse Bam Rodriguez is now the WBA champion at 118 pounds, and Antonio Vargas still is up there as the WBA champion. When we know he fell to Bam Bam Rodriguez. Look, guys, everybody was saying that Bam Bam Rodriguez, including myself, will give Naoya Inoue the toughest match ever. And I still believe that to a certain degree, but not so more of late. And I'll tell you why. Stay with me, right? Okay. The reason why is because Jesse Bam Rodriguez, I was judging him in the lower weight divisions, what he looked like at his best weight division. Okay, I was judging Jesse Bam Rodriguez when he fought like Sonny Edwards, guys like that. He looked very, very impressive, and he looked like the front runner to give Naoya Inoue, the Japanese superstar, his biggest challenge. Now, interesting enough, what I saw with my very own two eyes, I saw Jesse Bam Rodriguez enter the ring in a new weight division against Antonio Vargas. He ended up defeating and knocking out Antonio Vargas. He knocked him down twice in the fight, okay? But No shots to Antonio Vargas, my man. But how many times have you been dropped in fights? Bro, it seems like you look at all his highlights, he's always going down. So Antonio Vargas can be put down very terribly easy for Bam Rodriguez to get out of the ring and say later, yo, I felt Antonio Vargas's punches. What? Excuse me? You felt his power? Antonio Vargas's power. He's not known for being a power puncher, a knockout artist, any of it in any way. You felt his power. You look sluggish. For one of the first times that I've ever seen Bam Bam Rodriguez in a fight, he was forcing the angles. He was going and diverting and he was when Antonio Vargas stood there with him and started exchanging with Bam Bam. For the first time I've ever seen it, Bam Bam Rodriguez has had to start to switch it up. He was avoiding his punches. He was trying to cut angles to make it difficult for Antonio Vargas to throw punches and also stay away from his power, try to get him to overextend. And I started seeing Bam Rodriguez start to not move the same. And quickly I realized, wait a minute, Bam Bam Rodriguez might be maxed out. He might be maxed out at 118. It's going to take him a while to start looking like himself. One or two fights. To be prime Bam Bam Rodriguez, to be firing on all cylinders and to play it safe as a coach, I would say 2 more fights. 2 more training camps, and he'll be ready at 118. But that's not where Naoya Inoue is. He's at 122. You would have to do that again. You see, Naoya Inoue is too far along. And I try to tell you guys this. He's too far along. Look, Naoya Inoue himself has been going up through divisions. This is his 5th weight division. And at 122, he struggled a bit. He's been put down 2 times. Bam Bam Rodriguez was put down at the lower weight division and, in fact, himself came back and starts the guy, but still, just like Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue had to get acclimated and really, really become 122 pounders. And the only way he did that, he stood in the division and he fought the who's, the best, the biggest punchers, the quickest hands, the best feet, everything 122 had to offer, they all threw it at Naoya Inoue, and he came out on top. Not every fighter can do this. That's why I praise Naoya Inoue a lot for the type of fighter that he is. And all of a sudden, you start seeing your favorite fighter, and you're saying, no, you need to do some Saul Canelo Alvarez shit. You need to do Terrence Crawford shit. You need to do Naoya Inoue shit. And I'm like, wait a minute, guys. Sometimes us boxing fans, fight fans in general, we get a little crazy. And we start throwing around things like, yo, he needs to fight him quickly. Once I saw Jesse Bam Rodriguez at that new weight division, since Robert Garcia is the closest to him, is his coach, he knew this. No, Robert Garcia came out and said, yes, I want Jesse to fight Naoya Inoue, not just yet. 1 or 2 more fights, and we'll try to fight him. And a lot of people, a lot of fight fans took a step back. They were like, oh, here we go again. This is that bullshit. Naoya Inoue and Jesse Bam Rodriguez, we're not going to get that fight when we want it. It's going to be 4 or 5 years too late. We've seen this before. Shut up. boxing fans, wake up for a second. If the damn head coach is telling you something like this, pay attention. There's no way on God's green earth Jesse Bam Rodriguez is afraid of anyone. He's a professional boxer. So ducking Naoya Inoue for that kind of fighter, I don't believe it. That Mexican is too tough. And he's too skilled. But please, pay attention. Go back and watch that fight if you haven't watched that against Antonio Vargas. Jesse did not look like himself. Physically, body-wise, movement, speed. It was like a watered-down version of himself. Yeah, you can tell it was Jesse. Yes, he was cutting the angles. Yes, he was still slick. Yes, but he struggled. And when I mean he struggled, Antonio Vargas was putting the Beats by Dre on Jesse Bam Rodriguez in a couple of those rounds. Hands down, he clearly won like 2 rounds against Jesse. The other ones were iffy. Yo, did you see Jesse's face after that fight? You can't take those kind of shots. And Antonio Vargas is nowhere near, and I mean it, nowhere near the fighter Naoya Inoue is. He doesn't have his speed, his footwork, his power, his ring IQ, the when and the where. He doesn't possess any of that. And you were piecing up Jesse Bam Rodriguez. Listen, if Vargas had a better chin and he had a better arsenal, if Vargas had more punches in his arsenal, I'm not sure. A better chin takes him into deep waters with Jesse. Jesse was breathing heavy. I ain't never seen Jesse Bam Rodriguez like that. Yo, and the thing is, I try to talk to you guys about this. When you train and you're in shape in the gym sparring, you'll do the 12 rounds. No problem. But on fight night, that's a different 12 rounds entirely. You can tell yourself, yo, I did 12 rounds, no problem in sparring, leading up, I should be in shape. Nope. You're not adding in the nerve factor. You're not adding in the night. When they say the lights might be too bright, that means you're in there and your brain knows everything is on the line. You got to win this fight. In sparring, you don't have that. I challenge you right now. You stand up in your living room. Do not throw a single punch. Just do this and tense up a few times. Just go and tense up. Like if somebody's throwing a punch and you're going to get ready, do that a few times. Just go like that. Don't throw one punch. You're going to see how tired you get just doing that. Then you'll start to understand conditioning, that not all 2 humans are alike. There's no way that just because this guy can jump up 3 weight divisions and beat that guy, that everybody should be able to do it. Thought we were shown that. And we were taught that lesson when the Charlo twin moved up to fight Saul and got wiped down and didn't look like no version of himself. Terrence Crawford went and did it, right? And it should have proved the point right there. Not all 2 men are created equal. The Charlo, in fact, was much bigger than Terrence. He should have been able to acclimate 2 divisions way better than Terrence. But Terrence prepared. Preparation, the right amount of time, and that dog, the right student, Terrence was able to pull it off. Unless the Charlo twin possessed those kinds of attributes that Terrence, he wasn't going to be Canelo. So not everybody can do that. Bam, he won the fight. Yes, he won the fight. but I've been watching Bam for a very long time. For a very long, I've been watching Naoya Inoue for over 10 years. I first watched Naoya Inoue on HBO. That should tell you everything. That's how long I've been watching Naoya Inoue. I saw him on HBO Fights. And Bam Rodriguez, been watching him for a very long time. Everybody's like, yeah, look at the knockout. They're all over. And I'm looking back and I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, no. No me lo eche. Say what you want. If I was a coach and I was in Bam, nah. Sorry, Bam, I'm going to tell you the truth. You're not moving like yourself. I want you to be actually Bam Rodriguez on the night you two meet. Let's find out who wins. I'm a competitor. That's what I am by nature. I love that shit. What? Let's go. That's what I live for. But if you were to put him in there right now, even Robert Garcia said it. He was like, hell no, not right now. Then he picked out Naoya Inoue's little brother, Takuma, right? And a lot of people were like, oh, come on, man. You fighting the water down. I'm like, yo, y'all need to slow down. Listen, I said this on my other live. The best common copy of Naoya Inoue is Takuma, his brother. Bro, they actually look really similar in the ring. If you didn't know what you were looking for, if you didn't have like a real good eye or a coach's eye, you might not be able to tell them apart. Right? There is subtleties between the two brothers, and then the big thing, the power. You know, Naoya Inoue is known for his power. Kuma is not known for his power. But you are going to get the best reenactment of Naoya Inoue out of Takuma, bro. Then you can acclimate to the division because Takuma actually has a belt at 118. So by Jesse beating Vargas, he goes after Takuma. That's actually 2 belts in preparation for the biggest fight of your life. Because make no mistakes, that would be Jesse Bam Rodriguez's biggest fight of his life. There's no other champion he would have faced with the credentials as Naoya Inoue. Not even close. No one. So, but you can't play around with that time frame. It's got to be his brother, him. Naoya's 33, bro. He's not gonna stay still for no one. And if the possibilities of him going to 126, now it's like, I see this shit right here, and I'm like, Naoya Inoue, chill out. You don't have to do nothing to prove nothing to nobody. You know, they're still on the Americans. You know how we are, right? The Americans will come in late into this conversation with Bam and Naoya Inoue. You got American fight fans right now saying, Naoya Inoue, come to America and fight in America if you're so bad, and go under steroid testing. Right? And I'm saying to myself, Jesus Christ, fucking Americans, right? We'll say anything, right? Fucking, he's fought in America outside of his country 5 times. I just went to Las Vegas to actually watch him in America, right? But we got people still saying this. Come to America. Yeah, he's already done that. He already wiped down the American champion, Stephen Kubo Fulton. You know what I mean? And then steroid testing. What are you talking about? For every world title fight, the sanctioning bodies got their own testers. Please test every fight. Negative. Like, I'm like hearing some of these things and I'm just like, you know, people will just say anything, random shit. And I think that the best thing for Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Jesse, I'm not taking shots at you, man. I love you, bro. I think you're an amazing fighter. I just want you to be yourself when you fight Naoya Inoue. I want you to be at the best version of yourself. You know? Because to tell you the truth, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, I need you to be the best version of yourself. So when he knocks you out, I can say he knocked out the best version of Jesse Bam Rodriguez. I don't want to say he knocked out a watered down version of him or that we see the obvious. Look, he went up to the division. He wasn't looking that good. He went far Naoya Inoue and he lost. I don't want to give Naoya Inoue that credit. It's not going to be good. But if you're at your best and he knocks you out, now I can say he beat Jesse Bam Rodriguez too. But now if you're at your best, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, and you come out and you prove to the world that you're the best and you knock out Naoya Inoue at your best, because that's what it's going to take, then I would be like, yes, you see, Jesse Bam Rodriguez came to the fight prepared. He looked like himself. He was moving like himself. I don't want to get on the next day and say, Jesse looked sluggish. He didn't look like himself. Naoya Inoue capitalized, put him away. It's not going to go down right for me. It's not. I want you to be at your best. No excuses, no nothing. You know how it is in combat sports, guys. I don't want no help. None. And if I got an injury, don't worry about it. That's on me. If I lose, I lose. Fuck it. That's combat sports, man. But Jesse Bam Rodriguez, I like the fact that I hope he goes after Takuma, but for a lot of reasons. If you can't beat Takuma, you're not beating Naoya Inoue. It's facts. Beat little bro first. Beat him. And then like the number one to Takuma's title isn't it Tenshi Nasukawa? Tenshi Nasukawa. Naoya Inoue's little brother just beat him. So he doesn't have the mandatory. So Bam being there, they can fight right away. He already beat up the number one guy for his belt, Takuma. So there's really not a lot of obstacles in the way. And on the meantime, in between time, Naoya Inoue can probably fight John Casimero. John Casimera's coming off a fucking demolition job to Luis Patanari. And I'm going to tell you, I didn't see that shit coming. And he beat the brakes off him. So, off that momentum, can he capitalize off what he did? And will Naoya Inoue give such a dangerous puncher, wild guy, like John Casimero, a shot at all four of those belts? You know, that's totally up to Naoya Inoue and the powers that be. Because respectfully so, John hasn't earned it. I mean, not by ranking and move. No, he hasn't. No. So, I mean, but for who John Casimero once was, well, still is. He's still active. He was a champion, though. That's what I mean. Once upon a time, he was a world champion. Multiple. So, I mean, the storyline is there. It would be exciting. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys that that's what he has to do. No, I'm sorry. You know how Naoya Inoue is and his team. He only fights the number one guys or a champion. And if he has all the belts, all he can do is fight the number one. If the number one says no, they just move to the number two. If the number two says no, they just move to the number three, and so forth and so forth. Naoya Inoue doesn't play that shit. He never has his entire career. Why would I think he would start now? The only reason why fighters like TJ Doheny, Lee Young Kim, those guys ever fought, and Romar Cardenas, all three of those guys hit the lottery. Everybody else said no. Sam Goodman cut his eyes twice, to save the fight. Those guys came in. They had their hand raised. Hey, I'll fight him. Naoya finally said, all right, fuck it. I'll take him. Whatever. And that's how it went. Not one of those three guys were ever scheduled to fight Naoya Inoue or that Naoya Inoue picked them. No. All three of those guys are by default. We were 10 days out from the fight from Sam Goodman when Yi Young Kim came in from North Korea. 10 days. Who are you going to get on 10 days? The number one guy? The number two? The number three? Because they all said no. And the number one in both slots is the one that got his eye cut, Sam Goodman. Who are you going to get? That's how they got in there. Naoya Inoue doesn't fight anybody unless you were a champion or the number one. So I don't, in that argument, I know there's Japanese fans out there that are going to say, yo, Edwin, you crazy. John Casimero doesn't deserve it. And I can agree with you. I can agree with you. Yes. But we're the fans. We paid for the tickets. We pay to come to see you. We're telling you, we want to pay to see this fight. And sometimes that speaks louder than blinking in some cases. So John Casimero, bro, we might be, I don't know, we may be, just maybe we can get that fight. The only other way I saw John Casimero, cutting in line, John, you got to take big chances. You're going to have to whoop somebody's ass one more time, but at the top. You can do that, and then we good. We good. Yo, Frontline, what happened? I never heard you. My boy Bam stops your boy. I don't know, man. Not from what I saw with against Antonio Vargas. Yo, Bam came out that ring. Y'all were paying attention, right? He said he felt Antonio Vargas's power. What you mean you felt his power? Yo, Antonio Vargas hit him with a couple shots. Bam started cutting all kinds of angles. He was like, I'm not standing in front of you. Antonio Vargas gave you that kind of problem. On the outside, fans are going to look at it. They're just going to see the win, the knockout. They're not going to see anything wrong. But that's why you come here to Round One Sports Talk. I'm telling you what I saw. I have concerns. I'm worried. Right now, I'm worried that they're gonna push Bam into the next fight with Naoya Inoue. Naoya Inoue will not say no, and he will attack Bam right now if you let him. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Allow Bam to get better. Allow him to get to the best version of Bam at 118, but then he's got to move up to 122, bro. If his last weight jump from the last weight division to this one, he struggled. Okay? Let's put this in perspective. Okay? For all the fans that want to be, fans, they're choosing sides. What I'm asking you to do is just be open-minded. That's what I'm asking you to do. And I'm asking you that if you do know a little bit about boxing and these two gentlemen right here, Bam Rodriguez and Naoya Inoue, you know a little bit about their history, then walk with me on this. Okay. Bam Rodriguez, you jumped up from one weight division to the next. You challenged the champion, Antonio Vargas. You knocked him out. Okay? Ooh. That's what you look like. When Naoya Inoue jumped up to 118, he fought Stephen Kubo Fulton on his first fight in Japan. That's what he looked like. And he knocked out Stephen Kubo Fulton looking sharp, accurate. Naoya Inoue didn't look like he skipped a beat. Antonio Vargas is no Stephen Fubo Fulton. He wasn't a unified world champion, undefeated. Antonio Vargas, you already lost, right? So what is it? Who fought better in the jump? They both fought a champion on their first fight to the new weight division. You fought Antonio Vargas. He goes down like every fight, right? They always knock him down. Antonio Vargas is chinny a little. He's kind of chinny, bro. Everybody's put him down. Who's put down Stephen Kubo Fulton? Who knocked him down? So Jesse didn't make the transition better than Naoya Inoue. No, he didn't. And then Naoya Inoue, remember, he stood at 118. He did what he had to do. And no. He didn't fight Scooter at 118. He fought Scooter at 122. At 118, he fought McDonald, Jamie McDonald. My bag. I went a little fast here. If I was judging him for 118, he fought Jamie McDonald at 118 for the WBA world title. Naoya Inoue. And he knocked him out in one round. Oh, yeah. And by the way, my bag, I'm sleeping here. That was a 2 division jump. Naoya Inoue, remember, he jumped over the 112, went to 115. That was 2 jump weight divisions. He fought the champion on day 1, knocked him out in one round. By the way, Jamie McDonald is 5'10". Naoya Inoue 5'5". One round, he knocked him out. That's right. That's right. Now that my memory's snapping back into it, right? He fought Scooter at 122, not 118. And he still whooped Scooter's ass better on his first jump. Either way, it gets worse for Bam. It gets worse. If I go backwards, it gets worse. Bam should have knocked him out in one round. One round. Naoya Inoue didn't jump up 1 division to do what Bam did. He jumped up 2. Nah, I need the best version of Bam. The fight might not happen. Bam can't catch him. He can't. People, listen. Bam might be maxed out. Yo, did you guys see Bam's body? His body. Just look at his body. He didn't have one cut. Not one. Nothing. He looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy. You look like if you poke Bam, he was gonna go, hey, yeah, like that. Nah, bro. Unfortunately, sometimes these fighters they are who they are. What's up, my man? What up, Jose? Yo, Frontline, can I hear you?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
I had to jump off real quick. I was getting drenched in that Inno glaze.
And the anal glaze,
Yeah,
stop it.
I was getting drenched. I had to hop off and hop back on. But yeah, I mean, I had to suit up. Too
Yo,
much glaze,
listen.
too much Inno glaze in here. Inno glaze.
Listen,
Yo,
ain't
shout out
no
to the chat familia though. We got Rip in the building. We got Precise Construction in the building. My man Loy in the building. Who else we got in here? J Max from the Philippines. Salute.
salute.
Mio Mio Pera in the building. Fee in the build. Fire in the building. Who else we got in here? Low Nose Boxing in the building. Who else? Who else we got? Nation Chosen by God in the building. Towers is in the building. Eduardo Alvarez in the building. My boy Bam stops your boy. That's what he says. Five says I'd
Uh,
rather see Casemiro rematch Kameda. Bull Rider in the building. I just want the truth in the building. Vic Stars in the building. Jason Ayala in the building. Josue in the building. That's what we got. Let me see. Bam hasn't really fought a really good hard hitter. Two, Estrada isn't
Strata.
that hard of a hitter, and he knocked down Bam. And Gonzalez is pillow fisted and broke Bam's jaw.
What?
Casemiro should get a belt at 26. I guarantee Inoue will knock on his door. I just want the
Absolutely.
truth. Says, do you think Bam would beat MJ at 22?
Great fight. Uh wow, that's a tough one. That I would have to see. Because you're putting Jesse in another weight division. He struggled a little, got the victory at 118, but he struggled. He didn't look like himself. Now you're putting him up at 122 against MJ. MJ's no bum, bro. That dude became a world champion within like fucking one digit fights or some shit. I forgot what it was. I think it was like 8, 9 fights and shit. And then he had 2 belts within like 10 fights. MJ
Yo, did I
at
hear you?
Medallia.
Did I hear you put Inoue in witness protection? Talking about Casemiro needs to get into the rankings. Are
No,
we protecting Inoue now?
no, no,
What
no,
are we
no,
doing
no, no,
here?
no, 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 no. You know how I do here. When you hear me talk about things, you got to understand that round one does play all angles, all sides. There's that guy out there that's by the book who doesn't want to hear you were a champion over here. No, 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 no. It's honor. Bro, I've been fighting for over 10 years, moving my way up the ranking system. I'm the number one. And all of a sudden, John Casamaro comes out of left field and gets the fight. Is that right? So I'm speaking for that guy. And I'm speaking for the guy behind him and the guy behind him. That blood, sweats, and tears paid their way. Then all of a sudden, a guy with a name, here comes Ryan Garcia and fucking Rolly. And they both jump into the number one and number two. What the fuck am I doing over here? I've been fucking fighting. I'm the number one and everybody. So I
Yeah,
speak for
that
those
sounds like witness
guys.
protection to me.
No, I speak for those fans too. No, I gotta keep it for everybody. For
Okay,
everybody. I speak
you
for
just said
everybody.
that. You just said Ramon Cardenas and Luis Panteranari and a
Yep.
couple of
Not a lot naughties.
The South Korean dude,
And TJ
um,
Doheny.
Doheny. They all saved the day because the number ones and the number twos wouldn't fight in a way. That's what you just
Right.
said.
Exactly.
So do
Except
the number
Lewis Nari.
ones?
Don't take him out. He was the number one.
Okay. So besides him, okay. So you're saying right now, who wants to fight Inoue? Who's calling Inoue out? Nobody, right?
Well, everybody wants to fight because it's the lottery fight. That Naoya Inoue fight will change your life. So some people are calling him out for a payday. Some people are calling him out because they actually really want to fight him, and that's a real small percentage. And then the rest of them are not taking chances. There's no risk to fight him because they just don't see any victory. We'll just wait for him to acclimate or retire, and we'll keep our O.
Hey, five. He says, can Casemiro even make 22? He hasn't made that weight in years. Well, his last fight against Neri, he came in at one. Well, they fought at 124 catch weight,
Right,
and he positioned himself right in the middle. Because if he has to drop 2 pounds to fight anyway, I'm sure he will. Or if he has to go up two
and that's what I
pounds,
said. He
yeah.
fought at 24, right? 124. And I thought that was a smart move because if you win this fight, which he anticipated, he said, let me think about this. I fight him at 124. Then all of a sudden, Naoya Inoue tomorrow moves up to 126. I would have gave too much to fight at 122. Now I got to give it back. I fight at 24. Let me see what Naoya Inoue is going to do next. He wins the fight. Naoya stays at 122. I only got to cut 2 pounds. He announces he's going to 126. I only got to gain 2. He was right in the middle. Now I know he ain't made that weight, that 122. I know that. But had it not been for these Bam Rodriguez rumors, I think Naoya Inoue might have moved up. He just slayed the other Japanese superstar in Junto Nagatani. Now, all those rumors in the streets in Japan, Anyway, you're not the best. You're not the best. Oh, the Gunter is. Naoya said, "You disrespectful. You guys think he's better than me? Put him in the ring. Put him in the ring. Who's the best? Broke his orbital bone. He's over here healing up. Naoya on schedule. Who's the best? Right? So he already proved that. Listen, the only way I think John Casamaro got a chance, he's got to steal a belt at 126. That for me is what I think. That's my opinion. That's he can cut in line, and the way to do that, go up there and knock out Shushu.
Stop
Just
it.
grab the weakest champion up.
Stop
That's a
it.
shot at Frontline. Shushu, I love you, bro. I'm not taking. I don't mean to take shots at you, Shushu. Right? But I just do that because he likes trolling me, so I fuck with him. Shushu, you're the shit. But or fight any of the other champions, of course, Leo, Angelo Leo, or now Figueroa beat Nari. You beat Nari. Fight Figueroa, John Casamera. You know what I'm saying? And beat him for that belt. You're a shoo-in. You're a shoo-in. Naoya Inoue would move up to 126 to finally fight that Filipino guy, John Casamero. Listen, like I said, I've been watching Naoya Inoue for over 10 years. And anybody that was in that circle, John Casamero, I remember all those videos. Everything you said about Naoya Inoue's dad, everything you said about Naoya Inoue, we could pull them up anyway because they're videos. But I've never forgot about that shit. John Casamero is he's what we consider a cocky fighter. He's arrogant, cocky, and why shouldn't he be? The man can fight. It's not like he's a bum talking shit, and no, he can back it up. John Casamero can fight.
Hey,
And
we got a unrealistic fan right here. Says if
Chushu's
Inoue
the
wants to
weakest champion.
no, not that one.
I
If
saw that message. And why
if
don't we get to
Inoue
that?
wants
Let's talk
if
about that.
if Inoue wants to test himself, move to 130 or 135. That's unrealistic.
Yo. Who said that? Could you please read? Wait. Who
E-
texted? I can't even. I
Eduardo
turned into an
Alvarez.
owl.
Eduardo.
Eduardo, my man. That's Fantasy Island, puppy. That is Fantasy Island. You just because it rolls off the tip of your tongue, watch sometimes what you say because you got to think about it. Check it out, Eduardo. Naoya Inoue started at 108, 108 pounds. You want him to fight at 135, 130? Bro, that is literally 8, 9 divisions. Are you okay? There's no human in the world that can do that. Like, that's crazy. Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino superstar, shout out to Manny Pacquiao, the legend, right? He fought in 8 divisions. That's remarkable. That's remarkable. He's in a 1% of humans on planet Earth. 8 fucking divisions. Are you crazy? Like, how small? Like, listen, you had to literally grow up in boxing to do some shit like that out. So while you're growing, you grew into your body. It's not like at 17, 18, 19, you're halfway there for some guys. Some guys age slowly. Apparently, Manny Pacquiao looked like a 14-year-old boy, right? When he was boxing, when he started. He probably was 14 lying, right? But Manny Pacquiao grew up in boxing. To have that kind of career, that kind of and still have your wits about yourself, that's fucking remarkable.
He just said I forgot he's a dwarf.
Listen, no, Manny Pacquiao is not small like
Yeah.
that, all right? But Manny Pacquiao, like he grew up like
Yeah.
Listen, Naoya Inoue, he's not gonna fight at 135, 130, bro.
Oh shit.
He's
Yo,
not.
this chat. Yo, the chat love this chat.
Yo, peep game, guys, peep game. 108, 112, 115, 118, 122, 126, 130, 135. It's
Well,
8 divisions.
did it in a way skip a weight class, a weight division?
The 112.
Okay, so he didn't fight in he fought
Just
in what
because
five or six weight divisions.
he's fighting in his fifth weight division right now, but he has belts in 4. He bypassed 112. Just because you didn't fight at 112, it's obvious you're already here at 122. Does anything tell you he would have had a problem at 112? No. He's at 122 right now. Okay, so actually, we only give you credit for the divisions you have built in, right? You can count the divisions you actually fought in. If you only fought in 4 divisions, well, you only fought in 4 divisions. You might have passed one, yes. You actually never stepped into that door. So
So
you
who
don't
he
get no
duck?
credit for that.
Who did in a way duck at 15? Then he must have ducked somebody.
At 12, he didn't duck anybody at 12. It was just what's his name? That little dude that fucking was
Dude,
pricing himself
112. They're
out.
all little.
Yeah. But funny. Anyway, no, not chocolate. Chocolatito. I think it's chocolatito. So well, anyway, at 112, Naoya Inoue wanted to fight. The short end of the story is the dude made Naoya Inoue fight on his undercard in United States. Naoya Inoue traveled to United States, fought on the undercard, won the fight, and he lost. Then Naoya Inoue saw that nothing was going to happen at 112. None of the other fighters was going to fight him, nothing. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Jamie McDonald, the European champion, he took the fight. The problem was Naoya Inoue on day 1, on his first fight, he would have to jump past the 112, enter the second weight division, and fight the champion right away. So the odds makers was like, Jamie McDonald's 5'10". In the last 4 years, he's been a champion in that weight division. He's never been knocked out in his career, ever. And all of a sudden, here comes this 5'5" Japanese dude with 8 fights. He actually had 7 fights going into that fight, which is going to be his 8th fight. So you mean to tell me you're jumping up 2 weight divisions, you only got 7 fights, and you're 5'5"? Jamie McDonald said, yes, I will fight him, and got knocked out in 1 round. That's the shit Naoya Inoue's on. Took him 1 round, knocked that dude out, jumped up 2 weight divisions, and that man ain't never been knocked out in his life. He introduced him to the floor. 1 round. Jesse Ben Rodriguez is not ready for this dude right now. I'm not saying he won't be. I think he could. But listen, he's not moving and doing what Naoya Inoue was doing. And Naoya Inoue's in his 5th weight division right now. Best fight for me would be fighting Tank Davis. That's never going to happen. But if we were playing Fantasy Island, I would rather him fight Tank at 130.
Tank will end his career. You and I both know that.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
probably so.
yeah. You and I both know that.
Tank might knock him out.
Tell
Because
me
Tank
about
fought
it,
with
Lloyd.
big
The Inno
dudes.
Glaze is out of control.
Listen, nah, bro. Listen, I call it like I see it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, Tank might be too much for him. For Naoya, Tank might be too much for him because Tank fought dudes at 140. Naoya anyway ain't never did no shit like that.
What's
Come
Inoue's
on,
walk
bro.
around weight? What's Inoue's walk around weight?
His walk around weight is his fight weight on fight night.
No,
No. He walks around 138, 138, 136, somewhere around there. Because on fight night, that's what he weighs. When he replenishes, and the thing is, right, with the kind of fighter that Naoya Inoue truly is, he's on that Manny Pacquiao type mission, right? Where you never knew actually how big Manny Pacquiao actually would have been when he was coming up because he was always cutting weight. He was always forcing his body in and out of fights to stay small so that he didn't have to cut so much weight. It's not like Manny Pacquiao and fighters like Naoya Inoue like just take a year off or 2 years off and just really like see how big they can get. No, this dude is always in the gym. He's always maintaining right around where he's fighting Naoya Inoue. So you really
Lloyd
don't
says that
know.
he walks around at 143.
143. Listen now, and another thing is for all you guys at home. Listen, I'm an American. I'm an American, right? And I had a stigma of Asian men, right? That I thought that the Japanese dude was gonna be little, right? And then I'm sitting there looking through their culture, right? And it's like right in front of my face. I'm like, how could you not see this? Sumo wrestlers are not little. They are not little people. Sumo wrestlers, they are huge. And you ever see the little sumo Japanese babies? They be wrestling and be teaching them young. They real fat baby. They so cute, right? So that gets me every time. But he might not be that small. Naoya, anyway, did you see his calves? He has like those Manny Pacquiao calves. When we started noticing, wait a minute, Manny Pacquiao fall all the way up at 154,
Oh
147,
God, the glaze
140.
is real.
Nah, like Manny Pacquiao.
The
Then all of a
glaze
sudden,
is real.
listen, you let him just eat. Then we started noticing, wait a minute, Manny Pacquiao, if you didn't have to fucking train on, you'd probably be a nice sized dude. So we're not there with Naoya Inoue, and I always viewed him as like a little dude. But isn't Tank Davis 5'5"? Yeah, Tank's 5'5". Naoya Inoue's 5'5". The difference between Tank and Naoya Inoue, Tank's body mass is thick, and his head looks like a guy that's 6'4". Naoya Inoue is on the slender side of the skeleton. He doesn't He doesn't have those big, like shoulders and I mean, for the guy his size, yes, but he's built different. He's thicker, and Tank can do that shit, bro. You ever see Tank in real life? That motherfucker's head is like that big, bro. That's why they call him Tank because he got a big head, and like
Yeah,
I,
ain't no
I,
way can't headbutt his ass.
nah, you get knocked out. But I don't think that fight ever happened. Tank, in a weird way, though, might be too much for Naoya Inoue at that weight. In a good world, hypothetical, you bring Tank down at 122. That's his ass. Naoya Inoue will wipe him down.
You
Hell yeah.
crazy.
Hell yeah. Take away some of that power from Tank and bring him to 122. He won't be that powerful. He
You
won't.
crazy. It don't
He
matter
will.
what
He
weight
don't got enough
class.
in it. You ain't got enough. You ain't got enough in your. You're too light in the ass. You're too light in the ass at that point. I don't think Tank will be cracking like that at 122. Now we got ourselves a fight. Now you know what I'm saying. But you bring him 130, Tank will be too much for him like that. Yeah, I don't think he beats him like that. But look, back to this Bam Rodriguez situation. Let me tell you right now, Bam. Listen, I'm a competitor. I've said that 100 times. I just want the fight to be even. I want you at your best. I don't want a watered down version of Jesse Bam Rodriguez fighting Naoya Inoue. I never wanted anything less for Naoya Inoue but the toughest fight. That's all I
Hey,
ever wanted.
a little off topic. Is it true with the rumors about Tyson Fury going to Sufa? I've heard a lot of people talking about that.
Okay, let's not forget
He's not
to hit
allowed in
this
the
like button
states.
first. Let's not forget not to hit the like button first, okay? But we're gonna switch things up to the UFC in this White House little so a lot of my UFC guys there and mixed martial arts. Listen, I had to admit that was a spectacle. That right there, I watched it. I watched the entire thing. Sean
Wait, hold
O'Malley.
on, hold on, Edwin, hold on. Before we get into the UFC shit, how was your birthday?
Oh, my birthday was great. My birthday was great. Oh, check it out. Remember, I lost my phone, right? I lost my phone, so for my on my I had to go buy a new phone. So I bought the 17. I got the iPhone 17. So I couldn't get into my Apple account. I forgot the password, right? Right. And then so I couldn't locate my phone on the device. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy a new phone. I was pissed. I spent a lot of money on this fucking phone. So I buy this phone, put all my account into it. Don't you know my other phone came up on it? It was like location. I pressed it. Yo, frontline. I was like, yo, honey, get in the car. We got in the car. We drove on the highway. Somebody found my phone. I guess they were driving. They was like, it's an iPhone. You ain't gonna do nothing with it. They threw it on the highway. I went out there. It led me right to the phone. The case was broken, but the phone is intact. Not broken. It's locked because I ordered it to be locked. See? So like now it's brand new again, right? But I still don't got my iPhone thing. So anyway, my birthday was okay, right? And I'm going out um to the Cape in a couple of days and stuff. So, Father's Day and everything. So it's gonna go right along. So I had a good birthday, but I found my phone, which was great because I got a lot of photos and things I wanted to get back on it and everything. But I just haven't transferred my numbers over. And then my wife is like, you purposely threw the phone away to get a new phone. I'm like, nah, that's a lie. Because this phone is brand new. It's 415. It's brand new. There's not a fucking scratch on it. So I was like, there's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't have did that, but I still got the 17. But anyway, listen. So I brought up the UFC thing because you brought up Tyson Fury, right? And did you see how they had all our boxers show up to that fucking UFC thing? You had a bunch of our guys, boxers, sitting in the front row of this UFC. And who do you think paid for that? Turkey. And TKO and all of them are in cahoots. Then all of a sudden you see the announcement with Sufa. Everybody was saying Sufa's the next best thing. It's gonna take over boxing. What did Round One Sports Talk tell you? I'm a bit more reserved, right? And I say that when Round One Sports Talk, where we from, guys? We from the show me state. You're gonna have to show me, right? I said, Sufa, you're going to have to show me that you guys are a good entity rather than just another promotional company in boxing. Because to tell you the truth, we already have that. So if you're just another promotional, making money off the blood, sweat, and tears of boxers, we had that for years. Top Rank, Ed Hearn, Oscar De La Hoya, they were all, you're no different than them. You're just dressed up in a different package. So I try to tell you guys that. Listen, the lawsuits are coming out the woodwork already. I think this is the second or third lawsuit announced against Zuffa for whatever reason. Promoters suing them, fighters. They just cut a bunch of fighters. Frontline, am I lying? Am I dying?
Nah,
When
there's one Dominican fighter came out already. Eddie Song Garcia, I think his last name is.
And that's the fighter that was talking up against the corruption out there with Zuffa, right?
Yes.
And the way they're treating their fighters, right?
Yes.
It hasn't even been a year. They've
Well,
already cut guys.
according to the kid that the boxer,
Yep.
according to him, the contract states that Sufa can release their boxers at any given time without any excuse.
Wow.
It's funny how it works. Sufa can
Right.
get rid of them whenever they want, but the boxer can't walk away from them whenever they want.
Whenever they want. Wow. Yo, listen, and that sounds like
And the other
fucking.
thing he said is the pay is not as good as they put on paper
Oh yeah,
for
that's right. I read that one. I know what the article because I read that. And yes, it's set up like a type of bonus kind of pay. If
no,
you go out,
it's not even that. It's not even that. According to this kid, now mind you, he could be just mad that they released him and he's talking shit, but the way I saw the interview, he meant everything he said.
right? And but didn't he say that when they were saying that tier shit with the 200,000, the 100,000, that's only if you get up there, you
No,
get that
no,
kind of money,
what he the way he broke it down was you get a quote unquote a base pay for the fight, whatever it's agreed upon, right?
right?
So that tier shit is doesn't exist.
Ooh,
It's whatever the set amount is for that fight. Now,
right.
they try to bribe you in with the bonuses,
That's what I said. It's like a set of
which could be like he explained. He said it could be fight of the night, knockout of the night, um, whatever the bonuses are. But then he asked a good question. He said, "Who determines if it was the best knockout of the night? Who determines if it's the fight of the night? Who determines that?" He's like, "We don't even know who judges these things to make it the fight of the night or the knockout of the night or whatever." So it's I don't know. Like I said, I think sooner than later, Sufa's gonna show they're gonna show their true colors, and
I just know it.
all the Sufa fans are gonna. I don't know. I think they're brainwashed just like the rest of these fighters, and they're gonna
Hold
still
on, let
back
me
them.
get your Zuffa belt. This is Frontline. He is the first. You guys know that Frontline's the first Zuffa champion, right?
Low key, what up?
Yeah.
Bam ain't ready for the monster. Give him Chispa Medina or Logan Hernandez at the
We
Canelo
haven't
card
bust
in
out the
September.
Zuffa belt in a long time, Frontline. We got bust out the Zuffa belt, bro.
Carlito,
You know
what's
what I'm
up,
saying? Bam!
Turn it
Yo,
around.
hold on. Here we go.
Don't
You know what I'm
disrespect my
saying?
belt like that.
Hey, yo, listen. Listen, Campbell's sponsors your fights. You know what I'm saying? You fight nothing but tomato cans. You know what I'm saying? And tuna cans. Frontline. You know how Frontline do because
Yeah,
he's a real hubcap champion. You know what I'm saying?
that's
Hey,
me
yo.
right there.
Hey, yo, Frontline. Hey, yo, Frontline. When he walks in the building, he puts this piece of cardboard right here. He'd be like, yo, we the real team. Right? Super team,
Hey,
baby.
you got a couple questions here.
What's up?
Loki wants to know.
Where you
Well,
can get a Super Bowl like this from? I made this one myself. I'm sorry. You know what I
hey,
mean? You know what I mean? You got to
hey,
be the champion.
Mio, you are 100% correct. He says that Sufa shit smells bad since they made a pact with the government. Nothing good comes out of it. That's a fact. That's a fact. You're
Man,
trying to get rid of the Muhammad Ali Act. It's just a lot of shady stuff
just a
that
lot of shady shit, bro. It doesn't.
it
That's
makes
why
you think.
I didn't fucking jump on the Zuffa bandwagon. I troll them. I make fun of them. Okay, it's a laugh. It's a joke, right? And all I said was, show me what you got. Show me your product. Like my dad used to say. He said, show me your work. Show me what you got. Just not on day one. I'm gonna be like, oh, shit, you're throwing around a lot of money making big fights. What's gonna fix boxing? No, what are you actually doing for the boxers that all these other entities didn't do? So okay, boxing is the Wild Wild West. It's in shambles. We need help. Here comes Zuffa. Okay, what do you got for us? And on fucking week one, everybody goes, my God. And I'm like, where y'all come from?
Hey, real quick, let
Hold
me read this
up.
chat off, Edwin. I just want the truth says, who wins at 22, Bam or MJ?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you for that. I want to be honest. Right at the top, Bam wins because of how explosive his angles. Bam wins. Bam at 122. We've never seen that. I don't know. MJ can capitalize. MJ's no Antonio Vargas, bro. MJ is not a bum. I had Naoya Inoue in the fight, but after the fight, I get back to normal and I call the fighter for what they really are. MJ's a problem. He always has been. He's in Naoya Inoue couldn't knock him out. If Bam Rodriguez can get in there and knock out MJ, that would be saying something. Nobody's ever knocked him out. Ever. You're not gonna walk over MJ like that, bro. I can't just say just because Bam Rodriguez beat up everybody like that, and he struggled against a couple fighters, okay? And he struggled against Antonio Vargas. I'm gonna tell you right now, MJ wipes down Antonio Vargas. Naoya Inoue puts him down, lights out in one. In one round.
No, hell
Antonio
no.
Vargas doesn't make it out the first round with Naoya Inoue.
Oh, you
I
talk about
guarantee
Antonio
that.
Vargas. I thought you talking about Bam.
No, Antonio Vargas. No, Antonio Vargas does not make it out the first round with Naoya Inoue.
No,
No,
hell
he
no.
doesn't.
Antonio Vargas is chinny as hell.
He's not making it out the first round, bro. Look, I'm not sure if I could tell you. I would love to sit here and tell you Jesse Bam Rodriguez wipes down MJ. I would love to. Realistically, nah, he needs to
Yo,
get better at the
Bam,
divisions. I'm sorry.
Loki says Bam ain't ready for the monster. Give him Chispa Medina or Logan Hernandez at the Canelo card in September.
Beautiful.
Um, Carlos
Give him
says, yo, Font,
Hernandez.
Edwin, blessings, fam. Thank you guys, for what you guys do with the platform. Nation chosen by God says round one. It was reported that Tacoma Inoue versus Tashin Nasukawa will have a rematch this September.
It was reported for the number. Man, they want that Tenshi Nasukawa guy to be a Japanese champion so fucking bad. He's like a super action star in Japan. They actually got action figures made of the kid. If you don't know much about him, he was a kickboxer first. And from what I hear, he was a hell of a kickboxer. Then he went and fuck around and fought Floyd Mayweather, our legend, in an exhibition and got embarrassed in a boxing match. Floyd made him cry, literally cry in the ring. It was a real embarrassing.
Worse than the Mexican.
Yeah, it was worse. It was worse. He had Tinsley flopping around like a fish. Like when Floyd hit him, he lifted him off his feet and he flared his feet. It looked bad. It was horrible. It was horrible. He like cried and the guy put his hand on his chin and he was like that, like big tears. Like it was bad for Tinsley that time. And ever since then, he dusted himself off and he started boxing full time. He's got skills. The kid is good. He fought the Maloney brother, Andrew. That was a good fight right there. But when it came time to fight Takuma, Takuma made him. Takuma exposed him. Takuma, in a way, exposed Tenji. He exposed him for the boxer he truly isn't. He knew that Tenji was a rhythm fighter. He likes to bounce and dart in fast. Takuma cut that off, and he also took his jab away, and Takuma beat him outright. Just beat him, and he made Tenchi look real bad, bro. For the fights that Tenchi was coming off of, like the performances, he didn't look like a half of them, and it was because Takuma tamed that ass. That is exactly why Tenchi couldn't do all that flashy flare shit on Takuma. Takuma wasn't going for that. He was meeting him at the door, bam, hitting him, blocking that shit, pushing him off. Tenchi was basic when it came. That's why I say if Jesse Bam Rodriguez wants a good fight to prepare himself for Naoya Inoue, fight Takuma. There is nobody going to pull off Naoya Inoue's style better than his kid brother. Literally, if you watch them train, they look the same. You watch Takuma fight, he looks. There's moments in the fight he actually looks like Naoya Inoue fighting. You know, the both brothers, they have their different traits. Takuma's a better inside fighter and defensively. Takuma. Naoya Inoue, for some reason, he once he gets that close, he's thinking punch. He's not thinking defense. When you're that close to him, he's thinking destroy. And you can, if you're fast enough, you can get that check hook in, you can catch him. Naoya Inoue.
Hey, sit.
Takuma's a better inside fighter. Hold up. He's a better inside fighter. But Naoya Inoue, his placement, his angles, and his punch selection is much higher than Takuma's. And then the obvious, the power. He's just too much power. But great fucking spitting image, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking there. That's who Bam needs to fight.
Shout out to Biz in the building. But
Biz,
we got low key taking shots. Let me read what Biz said first. Bam
read
is
it, read
not
it, read it,
yet
read it.
ready for Inoue. Even Garcia said he's not going to fight Inoue this year. Low key says the chinny is the Puerto Rican side. Well, guess what, low key? Yesterday we went 2 for 1 against Mexico.
Two for
2 to 1.
one.
Yo, shout out to Mexico though. They beat it was a very close fight. 115, 113. Bomba Gonzalez against Perez. Bomba
Oh
lost.
yeah.
That was a very close fight. It was a good fight actually. Bomba got clipped in the 6th or the 7th round. Put him on Bambi legs for a little bit, but he recovered. He recovered good. Um, but shout out to Khalib Tirado. He improved his record to 2-0. He's a young up and coming boxer from Puerto Rico. He beat a Mexican. Um, Joshua Pagan beat a Mexican. Um, the only one that lost is Bomba. But shout out to Mexico though. Um, Bam should unify with Salas or Medina on the Canelo card, not move up. Since I just want the truth. Nation
Yeah, he
chosen
shouldn't
by
move up.
God says Tension was actually an undefeated kickboxer.
Yeah.
Loki says he beat Gallo Estrada not long ago. Nation chosen by God says it was too early for Tension to fight for a championship with only 6 or 7 fights.
That's all he had when he fought Takuma. But he was such they I'm telling you, like, you guys know how this fucking PR fucking machine is, and you start making posters of this kid, this Tenchi kid, and the thing is that he was really young when he was doing the kickboxing thing. He was really young. And he would listen. If you've never seen that kid Tenchi, I've only seen maybe clips. I've never actually watched a full kickboxing fight from him. But from what I saw, he was nice, bro, with his legs and his hands, bro. He's and that shit is like clashing. Like you know when they clash their legs and their elbow. He's tough. He's tough. So he transformed that into a boxer. 6, 7 fights, fighting for a world championship. You might think it was early. They were just trying to copy Naoya Inoue. Remember, Naoya Inoue in his sixth professional fight, he only had 5 fights. In his sixth fight, he fought Hernandez, Adrian Hernandez. Adrian Hernandez had what, like 36 fights? He'd never been knocked out in his entire career. Adrian Hernandez, right? Like, right? Ain't that the one that fought like Donaire? He only had one loss to Donaire, 12 round. He went 12 with Donaire. And Naoya Inoue had 5 fights. Naoya Inoue knocked him down like 3-4 times in that fight before he put him away. He went down like twice in the second, twice in the third. He went down. This is a guy that's never been put down in 36 fights. And he beat the shit out of him, bro. It was remarkable.
I had to put Lloyd in timeout for 10 seconds.
Why?
He tried to poke his chest out. He said, I'm going to timeout frontline for disrespecting Mexico. This is getting out of hand. So I put him in a 10-second timeout.
Yo, Lloyd, you know how Mexico, Frontline is? He be taking shots at Mexico all day because they got a little thing going. You know what I'm saying? It's all love.
Yo,
Always,
fucking
always love.
Gallo Fino. He's not
Hey,
here
yo,
today.
Lloyd, you see how Frontline did you, right? Yo, go back to the round one side. You know what I
Lloyd knows it's all love.
mean? He's fucking with you, Lloyd.
Cookie says that was Inoue's seventh or eighth fight against Omar Narvaez to become the fastest two-division champ in history at the time.
Yeah, he had 7 fights. That was his 8th fight against Omar Narvaez. He went into that fight, I guess, like that, right? No. Wait. Yes. He went from. Wait a minute. Sometimes I got so much boxing in my head. Sometimes I get everything confused a
Anyways,
little.
while you look that up, this weekend, we got a lot of fights coming up. The 19th, we got Keith Colon
Yeah.
fighting up in Springfield. Saturday, we got Oscar Collazo against the Filipino Canoy. Who else we got? Oh, we got Ofacio Falcon. I think when's he fighting? I forgot.
All right. Just in case, that way no one is second guessing no one. That's Naoya Inoue, 33 fights, 27 big ways by knockout. He's number 1 across the board. He has an 81% knockout ratio. He's 5'5", a 67.5-inch arm reach. Every time I read that for a 5'5", that's fucking a long arm reach. But anyway, let's go to what the homeboy was saying. In his 6th fight, right? All right, hold on a second. Front line, I got you. Hold on. There you are.
Yo, was I
Okay.
just talking to myself?
Yes, you were.
Fuck.
Straight talking to yourself. All right, Naoya Inoue's first fight with this guy, 16-4 on day 1. He never had a 4-round fight. He started his career in 8-round fight, 2 8-round fights, and then quickly jumped up to 10-round fights. He never fought a 4-round fight or a 6-round fight in his career, Naoya Inoue. He only started with 8-round fights, and he only had 2 of them. Then from 2 8-round fights, he went to 10-round fights. That's only 4 fights right there. His 5th fight was a 12-round fight for the vacant Oriental Pacific Boxing Federation light fly. As you can see it right there on the screen. That's his 5th. His 6th fight was against Adrian Hernandez, which was 29 fights. He was 29-2 coming into that fight. Adrian Hernandez. And that was only in his 6th. And 7th was this guy right here. The 8th was Omar Narvaez, which Omar Narvaez was 43-1. And he only lost to the Hall of Famer Nonito Donati. And he went 12 rounds with Nonito Donati. That was his only loss. And here comes a Japanese dude, 5'5", with 7 professional fights, 7, and jumping 2 weight divisions. He's the one he jumped the 2 weight divisions. Look at right here, guys. Watch. You see it says 107 right here? That's that right here in this fight. The next fight he fought at 115. He bypassed 112. Where's the 112 weight division? So right there he fought him for 43 and won. Then he went defended the belt at 115. He defended 7 times. He defended 7 times. Got acclimated to the. Then he jumps up to 118. He fought Jamie McDonald.
Hey,
Then after he beat Jamie McDonald, he beat him, knocked him out in 1 round. See right there, it says it right there. One, it was 12-round fight, knocked him out in 1. He knocked him out in 3, him in 6, him in the 3rd, him in the 6th, him in the 10th, like that. Okay?
all right, enough of the glaze.
Stop it.
Inoue should move up to find greatness, but he is looking for a payday. Then he should wait for Bam. Says Biz. Ichi says Bam should be trying to call out Junto if anything, cause I believe Junto will beat Bam.
Yeah. Huh?
Tech me says Bam was getting touched by a C plus boxer. You only see Inoue getting touched by his own pound for pound fighter,
That's
Nakatani.
right.
Well, Tech, in case you didn't see that fight, Inoue headbutted the shit
Shut the hell up. Yo, listen.
out of
Anyway,
Junto.
yo, guys, do me a favor. Don't forget to hit this like button because this show is fire. I'm sorry for not telling you how fire the show is. Here, this is my explanation.
I wonder what Arsenio's doing right now. He probably at a wine and cheese party.
Damn, there's some good ass cheese.
They don't tell him how good the cheese is, he'll be mad.
I couldn't even tell me how good the cheese was. Motherfucker, good ass cheese, nigga. You looking at? I was surprised you bank flipping motherfucker. You should told me how good the cheese was.
Yo, I should tell you how good the show is. You know what I'm saying? You know, my
Hey,
bag. You
Ichi,
know? Why did I tell you the
Edwin,
show is fire? Yo, yo, man.
Edwin mentioned that in the beginning of the show. Yes, he said that he felt Vargas's punches, and Vargas, as we all know, is not a big puncher at
He's not a big
all.
puncher.
Good
Yo,
boxer.
when he said that, yo, I felt Vargas. I was like, oh shit. I said, bro, if you felt that man and you were talking about another division up, nah, bro, you gotta
Yeah,
stay there.
in a way, unfortunately, in a way, will sleep Bam. I think he sleeps him. You know, I'm going for anyway. I mean, for Bam,
For
anyways.
Bam,
Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta go for my Latinos, but yeah, I think Inoue will sleep his ass.
Vargas was piecing him up too easy, man. He was getting to him. If Vargas had a better chin and a better punch, that
Yo,
might have been a different fight.
but that goes to show you. That goes
Nah,
to
bro.
show you. Hold on. Hear me out. That goes
I
to
got
show
you.
you the fundamentals of your jab, what it can do to a fighter. No matter how flashy, no matter how many angles they take, a simple jab can disrupt a boxer game plan. And that's what Vargas was doing to Bam. That jab kept Bam at bay. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
And yo, boxing unwrapped. If you're listening, if you're tuned in or whatever, I don't give a shit. He posted a video. Did we see the keys of victory on how Boots is gonna beat Vargas with the Bam? I mean, Boots is gonna beat Zayas with the Bam versus Vargas fight. He had the
how
nerve
did
to
he? How did he correlate that? I'm
be
curious now.
because
Please enlighten us.
his thought
Okay.
process is Bam being Boots with the angles and shit like that, and Zayas being Vargas with the basic fundamentals. That's his train of thought. That's his thought process on how Boots is gonna beat
Mm.
Zayas. Yeah, I
Wow,
know.
he's really
Make that
reaching there, huh?
very, very much so. Very much
Really
so.
reaching. Mm.
Oh, I already told
Um,
him. I'm doing the fricase with his ass. He's gonna be the main ingredient to the slow cook with high heat.
Listen, Xander, you got to save us all. You got to save Frontline too, because this is going to be the first time. Like, yeah, I think Frontline's going to actually win this one, right? Listen, you're done, bro, because Frontline's not going to let you guys hear this at the end of
Bro,
this. I'm trying to
listen.
tell you guys.
After this fight, when
I
Xander
got
wins,
Xander in the fight.
yo, when Xander wins, it's
Okay,
gonna be the frontline show
okay, but wait,
for
wait, wait,
for
wait, wait,
for
wait, wait,
for
wait, wait,
for,
wait.
for at
I
least an
have
hour.
not, I have not had the time with everything going on in my life, my birthday, losing my phone, everything. I haven't had time to watch my brother's fucking boxing on Rats video. Okay, I have not had time to check that out. But I'm just going by just the statement that you made, that he made Jerron Butenis, Bam Bam Rodriguez, and his little breakdown analysis. How could you do that if Jerron Butenis is not even close to the footwork that Bam has? Jerron Butenis is more clumsy with his footwork and more laxy daisy, and his footwork is not smart. Jerron Butenis, what he is explosive. He's athletic. He has spurts. He moves, and then his top part is so flashy, you stop looking down. Bam Bam Rodriguez is a master at cutting angles. He's the Mexican Lomachenko, the Matrix. He actually does it a little better than fucking Loma sometimes, but I haven't seen Loma in so long. I would have to go look at him again, then remind myself who Loma was, then be like, oh shit, yeah. But to compare and put Jerron Boots Ennis as Bam Rodriguez, you went wrong right there. There's no way in comparison and nothing. Because what Bam Rodriguez does with his feet, Jerron Boots Ennis is not even close. And then up top, their styles are too different. Real different, but both of them are flashy. Um, Jerron Boots Ennis can be slick. He can be real slick and tricky. But Bam's a little bit flashier. Bam will knock you out in a way that it sends a message. Jerron Boots Ennis just stops you. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Jerron Boots Ennis stops you with volume, punching, like boom, 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 and then walks off like that, right? Okay. Bam, you'll be standing in front of him. He'll slide up, boom, knock you out, and you'll be going in that direction, looking funny like this. He's a bit better. So, like, to say that Jerron Boots Ennis is Bam Rodriguez, and then to say that Vargas is Xander, like, okay, I understand when you make a comparison, the guys are not gonna look, it's just a comparison, right? But that was a shitty comparison because Antonio Vargas is no fucking Xander, right? Meaning that the one thing you didn't need to play the role for Xander, you needed his jab. Antonio Vargas's jab was his garbage compared to fucking Xander's shit. Xander has a utility jab. It does all kinds of shit. He'll hit it from the side. He'll snap it like this. He's got a strong jab where he makes you feel it. He has one where he's touching, finding range. He has one he moves with. He has the jab. Like his jab is a fucking like a Swiss Army knife. Not everybody uses the jab like that. It's just bad comparison. Jerron Boots Ennis is in a lot of fucking trouble. June 27th. I'm going to tell you right now. I don't see what a lot of these boxing fans are talking about. Well, Jerron Boots Ennis is just going to starch Xander. I'm like, There's a possibility Xander can lose this fight. Yes, I'm prepared for that. I'm prepared for it.
Shit,
I'm
I'm
not.
not.
I'm not gonna be that
I've been
fan.
talking reckless on these
No,
streets.
no, no. I'm prepared. No, I'm prepared for it emotionally. You know, I talk boxing regardless. This microphone, this camera's gonna turn on regardless if he wins or loses. If Naoya Inoue wins it, this is not a fucking Xander channel or Naoya Inoue channel. This is a boxing channel. Win, lose, or draw. Hey, they lost. Oh well. I gotta cover the next fight. I'm not a fan. You guys are the fans. You guys come here. We talk about boxing. I'm the boxing channel that comes, and I'm like the referee. I come here. We all gather around, boxing talk in a barbershop, right? But it's gonna go on every fucking day. So I'm prepared for it. I'm prepared for. Okay, yeah, he went down. All right, I'll take my crow. I'll take because that's what we it has to. We have to go through it. I gotta eat my crow too, right? It's only right. And
Facts,
then I
Lloyd.
move on to the next. You guys might be hurt more than I am because I can take my heart out a little bit. But as far as that, like assumption that Jerron Butenis is just gonna wipe this kid down, I don't see it. I don't see what you're talking about. There's a possibility Xander can lose this fight. Possibility he could get stopped. It's possible. But there's a flip side to that coin. There's a great possibility Jerron Busenis can get stopped. Jerron Busenis can be in for a long night. We saw a lot of fights, even in that UFC White House fight. I'm going to tell you one thing right now. You know what I took away from that UFC fight? And I haven't even been following UFC all that much. But if you've been following it a little bit, that little Spaniard, Tapora, Ilia Tapora, you ever say his name? That dude is he's like an arrogant, cocky, confident fighter. Everybody else in his head sucks but him. He considers himself the number one pound for pound fighter in the UFC right now. That's him. He has 2 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Only a few fighters in the UFC have ever done that. Conor McGregor started it, right? Okay. He's undefeated. He's never been knocked out, never lost a mixed martial art fight. He's coming to fight Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje got knocked out by Max Holloway. Justin Gaethje has been starched in a few fights. One thing Justin Gaethje was a fighter, though. He was an all-American wrestler, right? He was the type of fighter in boxing that he was good, just not good enough to win a world title champion. He was always that guy that would knock you off if you were trying to get the title fight, but he would lose in the title fight. He lost to Khabib, too, in a title fight. So he never became full champion. Then all of a sudden they put him in a fight for an interim belt, right? The American. So all of a sudden, going into this fight, that Spaniard, if you ever want to just see karma, and it's full karma right there. Right there. Yo, that Spaniard came out of the locker room, which was the White House. He walked through the White House, right? He was smiling the entire time. He looked like he had a secret and only he knew about it. Like he was going to knock out Justin Gaethje in 1 round like he predicted. He said he would knock out Justin Gaethje in the first 2 minutes. His last fighter, he said he would knock out. He did. The last fighter before that, he said he was going to knock out in the first round. He did. The last fighter before that, he knocked out 2. Okay? So this dude was serious. That Spaniard. He was a serious dude. Problem is, he got a small man's complex. He went up to a weight division he didn't belong. He wanted to fight with the big boys. He kept moving up weight divisions. He got up there with fucking the big dudes, and Let me tell you something. Last night, what I saw, what I witnessed, I never saw anybody in the UFC put hands on that dude, that Spaniard dude, like that in my life. Never. Elio Taporte, I never seen him take a beating like that. Justin Gaethje disfigured him. He made him Taporte's mother didn't recognize him. He listen, every time he hit him, his fucking eye was going like this. He wanted to quit the fight, and his brother wouldn't let him quit the fight. He was telling him, I can't see on my eye. I think in the third round. Justin Gaethje had him busted up, but it was a massive fight. Yo, listen, I thought it was over. Poirier was all busted up. Yo, he started hitting Justin Gaethje in the body. He dropped Gaethje.
Hey,
Gaethje.
Ichi ain't shit. Look at what he said. He said Inoue did not headbutt Junto. Junto brought his head down to Inoue and they clashed.
So check it out. So Gaethje was knocked out in the fight, bro. Yeah, it was he hit him with a liver shot. Gaethje drops. The fucking Spaniard makes a mistake. Tries to wrestle a fucking All-American wrestler. Rather than stepping back and telling Gaethje to get up and hit him again and bring him down and let the referee stop the fight, he fucked up. And that cost him. He drained himself. When the next round started, he didn't have none. He gave too much. Gaethje picked him apart, bro. Yo, that was so embarrassing for that Spaniard dude. Remember, didn't he leave his wife? Because he said, now I don't have to have a wife because a man like me doesn't be with one woman. He said, everybody else the people he was around, I don't need you anymore. Because
I don't
now
know
I'm a
about
super
all that, but the
um
controversial shit that I heard from the UFC, the clips that's going viral, is that dude that said that Michelle Obama's a man.
oh yeah. But I'm talking about the Spaniard, like in real life shit. Like remember before when he was broke and he was poor and he was coming up, he didn't have no money. And he started winning. All of a sudden, he got a divorce. All of a sudden, he got new friends. All of a sudden, he started wearing suits. All of a sudden, he was winning, kicking ass though. I can't blame him because he was kicking ass, and he looked like he was like, look when he beat Alex, the Great there, Alex Volkanovski, whatever his name is, when he beat him, because I thought that dude was nasty. When he knocked him out, I was like, oh shit, that Spaniard is no joke. But he just started. He would bring like red roses and put them on his like the pictures of his fighters that he would like I killed him, and he would put a rose on them, and he would always do this thing with like tea, because I guess in Spain I don't know what that's about because I'm not Spaniard, but he's always like this with the tea thing, like that, like acting like his shit don't stink. And the way that the fall from grace, that's what I'm talking about this whole time. It was the fall from grace last night that man endured. He better not go on social media for all the shit he talked, for all the people he turned his back on, for all the way money, fame changed him, and to take a beating like that, like the odds makers, Justin Gaethje was the underdog. That was a long shot. No, I like a lot of people know Justin Gaethje, you're not gonna be. Max Holloway knocked you out, and when I'm telling you, I cringe. I was cringing. I was like, damn, that's a beating, bro. He hit him one time. The Spaniard literally touched his face. He hit him, boom, and the Spaniard went like that and touched his own face because it hurt. That orbital bone was broken, bro. He took a beating, bro, and everybody laughed. Everybody back home that you did all that shit too, and that dude that stood up there and said Michelle Obama's a man. Yo, bro, you're gonna get yours too. You're gonna get yours too.
Yo, when I
You
saw
don't
that
do
clip,
that.
I lost it. That shit was funny as
You
hell.
don't do that shit, bro. Not it. Listen, it was funny for Trump. It was funny for the White House, but that's not funny for the brothers. And that ain't
Why
funny for
not?
them, right?
That shit's hilarious.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Tell you right now. Listen, he gonna get his. He gonna get all this shit because some shit talking. The problem with shit talking is some people find it funny, and the other half of the people don't find it funny because it's more towards them, right? Right? So, like my brother used to say, it takes a big man to cry, but it takes an even bigger man to laugh at that man crying. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, funny moment. Everybody can have a moment in shit talk when you're going right. But all that shit comes back to bite you in your ass on the day you're on your ass. Trust me. Trust me. Everybody's going to pay for it. There's very few people that did not get to pay for their shit talking. But Floyd was a master shit talker, right? He was smart. He gave his opponent credit. He said, no, he's a very good fighter, great fighter. That's why I'm fighting him. Amazing fighter, great champion. Floyd would always boost up his opponent. But when it came to that, like 24/7 boxing, when they would look in depth into the boxer, that's when all the shit talking would come out, shit like that. But yeah, man, like, you gonna pay, like, when shit talking go wrong, they got 1,000 videos for that shit. That Spaniard, that was karma. Hands down, bro. Hands down. That when I was watching him get his ass whooped, the only thing I was seeing was, man, there's a lot of people in Spain right now that are happy you're getting your ass whooped for the arrogant prick that you are. Huh? That girl that he left and cheated on, whatever, what do you think she was doing? She was fucking laughing, rolling around in her fucking house. Yeah, you know what I mean? He's having a ball. She about to go fucking jump in Justin Gaethje's inbox. Yo,
Hey,
Justin,
Edwin,
I owe you one.
Edwin, I'm about to hop off. I gotta get up early tomorrow, but I'll
Yeah,
catch y'all
brother.
later. Yo, chat. Peace out, yo.
Yeah, man. All right. Yo, what's that? Casamero might what? Let's see. Casamero. Let me look you up here. All right. Casemiro might be able to win a fight against Inoue if goes back to a hard training, but Inoue's skills is undeniable. Listen, I don't know if Casemiro can go back there. I never thought that Casemiro's skills were on the line with Naoya Inoue. What gives Casemiro for me the opportunity to make it a great, interesting fight? He's spontaneous and he's powerful. Casemiro. When you can be powerful, what I mean is Casemiro's going to try to make the fight down and dirty. It's the only way I think he can win. You can't box Naoya in a way. Don't go to the scorecard with him. He's probably percentage wise the highest percentage winning boxer we have currently right now. There's no boxer right now currently that wins more rounds on average than Naoya Inoue with his record. There's no boxer with over 20 fights. Let's just start right there. Look up any boxer with 20 fights or more. There's no, so you're not going to beat Naoya Inoue on points. I know this because I looked all this shit up, right? So he's going to have to make it a down, dirty fight. John Casemiro. He's always been like that. It looks like bar fights, some of his boxing matches, his earlier boxing matches. They were real WWE type boxing matches. They were picking each other up in the ring, fucking trying to kick each other out of the ring and shit and Casimero fights. So he's been in those rugged, real nasty, dirty, putting your elbow in your face type thing, pushing off, punching you in your balls and shit. You know what I mean? Breaking away while the referee's not looking and fucking jabbing you in your eye with your thumb or something, right? Casimero. He's been in a lot of those fights, but I've never seen Naoya Inoue in that kind of fight. John Casimero, all that slick boxing that Naoya Inoue has, if he can disrupt that, cause chaos, and in that moment of chaos, snap him, that's how I see John Casimero having success with Naoya Inoue. There's no other avenue for me. I've played that out in my head multiple times the way I would. He doesn't have enough to break Naoya Inoue's defense on boxing. To make an entry in a boxing match against Naoya Inoue, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. When I saw fighters like Stephen Kubo Fulton, the American, he has a great jab. He moves good with his feet. Scooter is a good boxer, bro. Not very powerful, but he's good. You can't play with Scooter like just moving like in and out like that. You gotta be equally fast or athletic. Then I saw Naoya Inoue fight like Nonito Donati. Nonito is a seasoned vet, multiple division champion. He understands a lot. He understands about distance, placement, how far you gotta be, And then when he fought Junto was like a cat. And Junto wouldn't cross that threshold, but Naoya Inoue couldn't get in on Junto like that. He had to be like fast, like one shot, boom, and then duck under one, and then come over like that. That's what I mean. John Casimero won't be able to find his entry with Naoya Inoue. He's not going to come through the door. What do you got to do? You got to make it rough, dirty. You gotta bulldoze your way in. You hope you don't get clipped. He's just gotta make it down and dirty, bro. He's gotta beat up Naoya Inoue. He's gotta beat up his body. He's gotta punch his shoulders. He's gotta punch him all over. Just with them hard fucking Don Casimero punches. Boom, 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 boom. Just slow the Japanese dude down. If Naoya starts to feel that, and he's like, oh shit, I can't take a lot of that. He's gonna push John back. He's gonna start fighting long against John. John would have a lot of problems. I break it down. I'll give you, because I'm not, like I say, I'm a competitor. That's all I am. I'll give you John's, I'll give you Naoya Inoue's, and I'll tell you who I got in the fight. John Casimero has my respect. I think he's an interesting fighter. Look, there's a lot that is going on in my head right now about morals. What's right is right. There are guys that are in the division that were the number one, the number two. They deserve their shot. Do I think that John Casimero deserves his shot? There's a part of me that does. I'm conflicted because we've wanted that fight for a long time. It's kind of like, you ever been in this situation in life? You go to the DMV, right? The motor vehicle, right? You go there, you wait in line for like a fucking 20 minutes. You finally get up there and they give you a paper to fill out, right? I just been standing in line for 25 minutes to give me this paper. After I fill out this paper, you actually think I'm going to stand back in this line? No. I'm going to go over here, fill out the paper, and I'm that guy that walks right in front, excuse me, and hands the paper. I wait a second time in the line. I was already in front of the line. You see what I'm saying? Now I had to fill out. So John Casimiro was in the front of the line at one point in time. Right? He just I was already here. I was already here, right? Just wants to bring the paper to the front. I get it, John. I get it. I get it. We've actually wanted to see this fight. So sometimes when I talk about the situation, I gotta think about the number 1, number 2, number 3 guys and shit. The guys that were in the division fighting respectfully. When John Casimiro didn't actually fight in a division weight, it's not like he fought at 122. It's not like he fought at 126. There's no 124 division, right? So, in that sense, do I feel that he deserves a fight with Naoya Inoue while Naoya Inoue prepares and thinks for his next fight? What is Bam going to do? Are you going to fight Takuma? Okay, and to fight me? Is that the plan? Because if that's the plan, now I know what I got to do. John, come on. I'll fight you in between. Or Naoya Inoue can say, sorry, John, I got to fight the number 1 guys. You know what I'm saying? And then, you see, this is pretty cool, right? It's just interesting. Because the number 1 guy, in fact, Sam Goodman, he's fighting against Roman Cardenas for the interim belt. So that knocks off 2 of the top guys. See what I'm saying? So John Casimiro could slide in there somewhere. Possible. But at this point, it would truly be up to Naoya Inoue. It's not up to John Casimiro because he doesn't have anything. He's anything in the sense of being the number 1, 2, 3, where that he would have the sanctioning bodies backing him. See what I'm saying? He would have their support. You got something. You got the pressure, or if you're the number 1, they make you the mandatory. You have something. John Casimiro doesn't have nothing in that regards. In the regards of the number 1 or you don't got nothing when it's that. So since you don't got no leverage, to force him to fight, you don't have a belt. You don't have a high ranking. It would truly be up to Naoya Inoue at this point, guys. He would have to say yes. John Casimiro can't do nothing. But go to social media and call fucking Naoya Inoue out. I don't know. That's all he can really do. Because the sanctioning bodies are not going to get behind him. He doesn't have a big promoter to get behind them to put up the money. So Naoya Inoue in Top Rank would have to get the investors to invest in that fight. I think there's enough investors and enough big people that actually wanted to see this fight. It could happen, but the only way it's going to happen, as I sit here and I broke it down for you, is only if Naoya Inoue accepts it. That's it. That's it. That's the only way we get it. And then as far as this Bam Rodriguez fight, guys, look, I know you guys been listening to me, but I'm not sure if you heard me. It's 2 different things. I'm a competitor. I like these fighters, but I don't put one above the other. Maybe in skill-wise, yes. But as fighters, no. Every fighter, I fucking love them all. If you have the balls to lace it up and get in that ring and be from the show me state rather than talk about it, rather than be about it, you got my respect as a fighter. You already won my respect. Now, my views on who I think the best fighters are versus and what they do, just opinions, and we break them down and we talk about them, right? Okay. I don't I don't want Jesse Bam Rodriguez to be fucking pushed up there to feel like he's forced to fight Naoya Inoue. But what I saw was a watered down version of Jesse Bam Rodriguez. That's what I saw in the ring. That version of Jesse Bam Rodriguez that fought Antonio Vargas. If that version of Jesse Bam Rodriguez thinks about going up another weight division, not even that version at 118, because that version right there wasn't that good. He's going to even look worser. One more division up. He's going to get stopped. He's going to get stopped. Naoya Inoue will knock out Jesse Bam Rodriguez in that scenario. Yes, he will. There's no scenario after, from what I just saw, he beats Naoya Inoue now. No. But if I forgot about this because I kept me in front line and I started answering your questions and then I fucking forgot about all of this. The reason why I brought up Naoya Inoue's record and I showed you, one of the reasons I was supposed to break down was that in Naoya Inoue, when he got to the divisions, he acclimated to the divisions. He fought 7 times, 8 times in the division. You gotta give Jesse Bam Rodriguez that same kind of fucking to get prepared. So you're putting in Jesse Bam Rodriguez on day 1 against a guy that's been in the division and fought 8 times? What? And your guy's never even fought in the division. That's scary. That's scary. That's shit you gotta find out on fight night. You know? I'm like, Keyshawn Davis looked great in his jump up. Shakur Stevenson looked good in his move up. Bam Bam Rodriguez did not look like Bam Rodriguez and his move up. He looked like himself, yes. He looked like himself, but like a watered down version. Like Bam knows how to move like Bam. You fucking Bam Rodriguez, right? Okay. So I know you can. I was watching him, and I'm saying to myself, "Damn, Bam, you need to get out of the way from Vargas's punches. He keeps punching you in the face." Bam couldn't. He couldn't afford to use energy because he knew Bam was fading faster in a fight than he normally does. By the second, third round, Bam looked up like this, like you can tell he was in a place he'd never been in. Bam Rodriguez. He was saying, I see everything he's doing. My twitch muscles and my reaction is a bit sluggish. So he was like, oh shit, I can't stand in front of him. Then all of a sudden he said, let me cut angles. He started slipping. He started cutting angles. And then Bam was getting out of the way from his shots. But he couldn't do it standing in front of him. Then I was like, fuck. Like, that's when you know your fighter's maxed out. You're going to have to give him time. And if what's right is right. If you give Bam Rodriguez the proper time, Naoya Inoue should be retired by then. You're gonna have to give Bam Rodriguez a year or a year and a half at just 118. He's not even at 122 yet. Got to give him. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You can give Bam Rodriguez 2 more fights at 118. You still haven't cracked 122. You're going to have to do all that over at 122. If your plan is to go from 118 straight into 122 and fight Naoya Inoue, you're out of your mind. You need 1 or 2 more fights at 118 just to be and move right in your own skin. Once you move to 122, I would recommend 1 or 2 fights at 122. I'm being honest. Before you tackle one, I don't think you guys understand. This Japanese dude is something else, man. You know, he's not. This fight might not happen. I don't know. Not unless Bam just takes the risk. If at any moment Bam says, fuck it, I'm ready, the fight will happen. Yeah, of course. Because Naoya Inoue is not going to say no. He's going to, yeah, I'll fight him. Yes, sir. I just don't like it because I don't think that we'll have the best version of Bam. And I think we would have pushed the Mexican dude into a position where that it was now or never because the Japanese guy is almost got 1 foot out the door. So you're kind of not allowing Bam Rodriguez to properly get acclimated and to later be fair, in my opinion. The fighters can do whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. Who am I to tell Bam what to do? Do whatever the fuck you want, bro. You're Bam Rodriguez. Okay? I just think, I just think let's be fair about it. I want someone to beat Naoya Inoue on a fair playing ground. Unfortunately, I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to keep moving him up until he loses. Till somebody beats him. Because in his natural weight division, nobody could beat him. I don't think a lot of people beat Bam Rodriguez at 115, 112. Bam Rodriguez down there, there's a lot of he was something else. But moving up, I'm not sure that he can acclimate like that. It's it's time. You just need time. But in actuality, Naoya Inoue struggled at 122. He just had so much skill. What he did smart was, in the Stephen Kubo Fulton, he stood on the light side still. So he was still fast. In the Marlon Tapales fight, Naoya Inoue blimped up. He tried to blimp up in the Marlon Tapales fight. He wasn't as cut up in the Marlon Tapales fight. He kind of looked like Bam Bam, right? But he was a little bit better in shape than Bam Bam. And then in that fight, Naoya Inoue started to learn how to fight in that his bigger size. But Naoya Inoue struggled to become and move good at 122. There was a fight. Help me out, people. What fight was it that they were like, ooh, it looks like Naoya? Yeah, it was the Marlon Tapales fight, I think. Because after Marlon Tapales, who did he fight? Luis Pantera Nari. After Luis Pantera Nari, who did he fight? TJ Doheny. Then after TJ Doheny, he fought Yi Young Kim. Then after Yi Young Kim, he fought um, Alan David Picasso. And then after Alan David Picasso, right? They say that's the way it went, right? Trying to see it in my head. What fight was it? It was a fight I remember I saw, besides him getting knocked down, right? But in the fight where he got knocked down, he fucking fought phenomenal. Like, after he got knocked down, he got up and changed up what he needed to, made the adjustments and beat the shit out of Luis Pantera and Roman Cardenas. Roman Cardenas' forehead like this was all black and blue. All this whole shit right here was black and blue, bro. He was fucked up, bro. I think like at 118 and 122, he struggled the most in weight night with that. You see, I remember he would every fight while acclimating at 122, every fight, the next fight, he would weigh in 2 more pounds heavier on fight night. Like, let's say he came in the last fight 134. The next fight he came in 136. The next fight he came in like 138. He was like getting heavier throughout the fights and turning his fat into muscle again. He was trying to shape himself what he looked like at 118 to make himself look like that, just a bigger version of himself at 122. But it took a long time. It took a long time for him to move up from 115 to 118. He fought 7 times before he made that weight jump. You guys want these guys to fight in these divisions, fight one guy, make a jump, fight one guy, then make another jump and fight the best guy. But the best guy, the way he did it, he fought 7 times in this division, 7 times in this division, 8 times in that one. He did it the right way. But all of a sudden, you want the Mexican dude to do it. One jump, fight him, then I'll go fight him. That's not fair. That's all I've been saying. I don't like it when it's like that. The Japanese dude, he did it the right way. He stood in the boom, more fights, and then big fight, big fight, big fight. Naoya anyway did it a little backwards. He went in big fight first. Because he fought all the best guys first. That's tough to do. If you were to take Naoya Inoue's run at 122 right now, just flip it. That would be the normal way a person would do it. Just flip Naoya Inoue's, just his run, just the fights at 122. Turn it upside down, right? He would be fighting who? Oh shit, no, Junto. Oh, without Junto, because Junto fucks it up, right? Because he just went like the best fighter, right? But if you take Junto away, right, you would have him coming off of what? Before he fought Junto, what was his last fight? Alan David Picasso. Alan David Picasso, then Roman Cardenas, then Yi Young Kim, like that, then TJ Doheny, then like that, and then at the end, you would have the 2 champions, Marlon Tapales and Stephen Kubo Fulton. That's who he should have been fighting like right now. But instead, Naoya Inoue walked into 122 and said, "Let me fight the best of you, the best one, the best fighter in 122. I'll fight you first." That was Stephen Kubo Fulton. Then he said, "Let me fight the second best, toughest guy here. I'll fight you next." And then he fought the other guy. In 6 months, he had all 4 belts. 6 months it took him to get all 4 belts at 122. How many belts does Bam got? Or had 3? Did he ever get 4? You want him to jump up on day one and fight a guy that it took 6 months to get all 4 belts? And fucking, he stood in the division and fought 8 times in the division? You gotta let Bam at least fight 3-4 times, man, at least, right? Wouldn't that be fair? Let him fight not just one dude. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. But competitive wise, names wise, and entertainment wise, yeah, I like it. Of course I like it. Because that's fucking Jesse Bam Rodriguez and that's Naoya Inoue. But what's right, that's all I've been talking about. I don't like it in that sense. I think that Bam, I just want him to be better prepared, man, for that somebody can come out and fight Naoya Inoue. I think Junto did a hell of a job against Naoya Inoue. I think that Junto, he was a little bit too patient, but he felt Naoya Inoue's power. But shout out to Junto. He put it all on the line, man. And he went out there and he tried to prove that he's Japan's best fighter. He came up short against Naoya Inoue, which in fact is Japan's best fighter. And I just think that, eventually somebody's going to come out and give Naoya Inoue the fight of his life. He's been in good fights. He's been dropped twice, but he got up so effortlessly, man, and took over the fight. When you thought it was going to be like that fight, like, oh shit, Naoya Inoue's down. Oh no. Like, is he going to, maybe Luis Putera puts him down again in the fight. Maybe he has Bambi legs. Nah, this motherfucker got up off the floor like a Terminator. He's like, you're dead. Yo, he beat the brakes off the dude. So, but I love real back and forth competitive fights. One of my favorite fighters wasn't the greatest boxer in the world. But boy, I tell you, his fights were entertaining. And I love watching him fight. Arturo Gatti. Arturo Gatti, man, he used to be in some bloody fights, bro. Some real, early Manny Pacquiao, when he went with those trilogies and shit, Manny Pacquiao, those bloody fights. Oh, man. Those were some fights, huh? See, that's when the fights were real competitive and, back and forth. I forgot the guy's name, the Irishman's name. He was in the fight with the Argentinian dude there. And that was a crazy fight. There was 9 knockdowns scored in the fight between both of them. I think he dropped him 5 times. He dropped him 4 times. It was crazy. Those kind of fights, man, you get those guys that you truly run into your equal. You run into yourself. Now we got to fight, don't we? Those kind of fights. And I need Naoya Inoue to run into Naoya Inoue. Or has he already? Has he? And has he just proven that he is him? There is nobody on his level. And I'm wondering if that's where we're at. I'm still because I love to see, I want to see that. I want to see that shit. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that guy's gonna come or if he's there anymore because damn, this went fast, bro. Naoya Inoue bumped off Junto, and then Bam looked, and I was like, damn, and I'm stuck here looking around like, who's next? John Casimiro, suit up, put your boxing gear on, let's go. Somebody got to fight this guy, right? Right? So I'm like, because that shit went fast. He was like, boom, that guy gone, then you shit. He's like, who's left? Um, and it might just be time to make that decision for Naoya anyway. It might be time to go up to 126. If he does go up to 126, I know that Shushu wants to fight. Shushu deserves that fight. He's got a belt. Angelo Leo wants to fight. I'm not sure if Brandon Figueroa wants to fight. That's the only champion I know that might not want to fight. I know Espinoza wants to fight. Espinoza's like, yeah, Neil, yeah, come up here. You know what I'm saying? That big ass Mexican, Espinoza. So I know he wants to fight. So, let's see. Let's see what happens from here. But listen, fight fans, thank you for tuning in here. Another edition here. Bam Bam versus Inoue's brother first should happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rewind the show. I explained all that too. That's the best measuring stick you're gonna get for Big Bro. The best fight, like when you bring in boxers to spar against, you try to bring in a guy that's gonna mirror that guy, right? All right. You're gonna get a fighter in real time in a boxing match that's gonna emulate Naoya Inoue to the best. The closest you're gonna get is his kid brother. Beat his kid brother, then you'll be more better for that type of style of boxing that the Inoue family teaches. Shingo, their father. Takuma doesn't have Naoya Inoue's punch selection or his power, but boy, does he favor him. They're like images of each other. Best fight to have for Bam Bam. Fight his brother first. Be dominant against his brother. Then I'll tell you if you can fight Naoya Inoue. But right now, off that performance, I'm sorry, Bam. You get slept by Naoya Inoue. Fighting fucking Vargas like that. Your eye-to-eye coordination and your understanding for the speed at 122 at 118 was off, Bam. Your boxing was not off that much. Your angles weren't off. Your footwork weren't off. What was off was the speed of 118 versus the speed at 115. You were a lot faster at 115. At 118, your body is not responding the way you was, and their power at 118 was, according to your own words, heavy. Antonio Vargas, you felt his punch heavy. Thank you for tuning in here. Yo, I'm not taking shots at Antonio Vargas, bro, but we all know he ain't no knockout artist. He ain't a big puncher. And he don't got Naoya Inoue power. And if you're feeling that, boy, I tell you, might want to fight Takuma first. Dip a toe in the water before going to challenge that man. As far as John Casimiro, you got my vote. You got my vote. If Naoya Inoue can't get Bam next, he's got to get a fight in between. Bring us a fight we always wanted to watch. Give the fans what they want. Give us this fight. And I'm asking for it. I want John Casimiro versus Naoya Inoue. That's what I want. John Casimiro, if you're ready, You're up for the challenge. You've been wanting this fight for a very long time. Time is not on your side, baby. It's now or never. So, guys, help me talk up this fight with John Casamaro and Naoya Inoue while we wait for what Bam Rodriguez does, because Bam Rodriguez should not fight Naoya Inoue next. That is my opinion. That is my take. Tell me what you think. Leave it in your comments below. Thank you for tuning in here at Round One Sports TV. And let's get these videos to 100 likes. That's my goal. I want to get this video to 100 likes. Please hit that like button. Peace. Casamaro versus Naoya Inoue at 126. I like it. I like it. John Casamaro got to get a fucking belt, though. Naoya Inoue's not going to break his title streak. These are things we got to keep in mind. Remember, Naoya Inoue's on his 28th consecutive world title fight in a row. He's not going to fight John Casamaro at 126 for nothing. That would snap the record. He's got an active live record right now. It's still active. Every time he fights, the last 28 fights have been world title fights consecutive in a row throughout 4 divisions. Before you just think of it because of the possibility, John Casamaro, Naoya Inoue, 126. Sounds great. I would love it, right? It's just one problem. John Casamaro doesn't have a belt. In order for Naoya Inoue to keep that record alive, he's got to immediately fight one of the champions. Once he gets a belt, any fight after that is a championship fight because he's a champion. So if he was to fight John Casamaro after he gets one belt, it's a title fight. He's putting the title on the line. That's a title fight. But anything other than that, John Casamaro would have to get the belt first. Because Naoya Inoue, he's already said it. He's not breaking this title run. It's champion or nothing. How you think Naoya Inoue made it this far? Every division he jumped, he fought the champion on day one. Remember this. He don't get no love, man. Casamaro's not sliding in without a belt. Naoya Inoue is not going to break his record for him. Turki Al-Sheikh offered him $60 million to fight in Riyadh season, to fight against that other Muslim fighter. Naoya Inoue said, no, he don't have a belt. All right, fight fans. Peace. You guys are the best. Give these videos a like for me, brothers. Good night. I'm on to the next one after this one here around.